Hi everyone, how are you today? I hope you are happy and healthy. Here in today's class, as you can see on the screen, we will learn about noun clauses. There are about 9 points starting from introduction until using other words that we should learn in this topic. However, it will be divided into 2 meetings, and in today's class we will only learn from introduction until noun clauses beginning with that. Quoted speech until using other words will be discussed in the next meeting. Okay, without further ado, let's start with the first one, which is an introduction to noun clauses. First of all, I think you need to first understand about what a clause is. So in English structures, there are words, phrases, clauses, and sentences. The structure of a clause and a sentence are actually very similar in a way where both of them has subject and a verb. Jadi dua-duanya klausa dan kalimat itu sama-sama harus ada subjek dan verbnya. Lalu bedanya apa? Nah, bedanya adalah untuk klausa itu sendiri ada independent clauses and also dependent clauses. Independent clauses is when a clause can stand for itself and become a sentence. Meanwhile, dependent clauses are clauses that cannot become a sentence by itself. So it should be accompanied by an independent clause, so it become a full sentence. This is an example of an independent clause. She lives in Tokyo. Nah, ini kan sentence, Miss. Ya, betul ya. Independent clause itu sama dengan sentence. And then on B, where does she live? This is also an independent clause or also a sentence, ya. And then there is a dependent clause. For example, where she lives. Nah, ini dia tidak bisa jadi sentence ya, makanya namanya dependent clause. Nah, sedangkan sentence itu sendiri dia bisa terdiri dari beberapa klausa. So there can be 2, 3, 4 sentences. 2, 3, 4 clauses in one sentence. Jadi bisa ada lebih dari satu klausa dalam sebuah sentence. Begitu ya. And then, I hope that you still remember the role of nouns in English structures. Jadi noun itu dia bertugas sebagai subject atau object. Begitu ya. Nah, although it is a word, it is a phrase, or it is a clause, they still have the same role. Jadi, a noun clause has a role as a subject and an object. Yeah. In the first example, she lives in Tokyo, and also where does she live? Here is an example of an independent clause. And then this is an dependent clause. On D, it consists of independent clause and dependent clause. Now, the dependent clause here is a noun clause. I know where she lives. Now, here, where she lives is a noun clause which plays a role as an object of the verb know. Ya, jadi di sini noun clause-nya jadi object. Gitu. And then, in noun phrase, his story was interesting. What he said was interesting. Jadi walaupun bentuknya word, bentuknya phrase, bentuknya clause, sebuah noun ya tetap noun. Tugasnya itu sebagai subject atau object. Nah, here it is a noun phrase. Frasa itu adalah a group of words. Dia tidak ada subjek, tidak ada objeknya. Hanya kumpulan kata saja. Gitu. Kalau kata ya kata, satu kata saja. Now, meanwhile here in F, it is a clause because it has It has a subject and also it has a verb. Tapi ini adalah dependent clause ya, karena dia tidak bisa berdiri sendiri. So what he said cannot be a sentence. And this noun clause plays a role as a subject of this sentence. What he said was interesting. Jadi ini tuh sama aja dengan Danny, sama aja dengan Jessica, sama aja dengan subjek yang satu kata, satu frasa. Nah, ini dia bentuknya klausa. Gitu ya. And then next, I heard his story. I heard what he said. Nah, here, what he said becomes an object. Yang atas ini kan dia jadi subject ya, what he said. Yang bawah ini dia jadi object. And then, in the next example, I listened to his story. I listened to what he said. Nah, ini, kalau di atas ini dia sebagai object of a verb, object dari heard. Di bawah ini dia bertugas sebagai object of a preposition. Jadi kalau noun itu kan dia bisa jadi subject, bisa jadi object. And then object itu juga bisa jadi object of a verb, bisa jadi object of preposition. Nah, ini dia adalah contoh dari noun clause yang bertugas sebagai object of preposition. Gitu ya. Jadi, I listened to what he said. Jadi, mau nanti bentuknya klausa pun, perannya tetap sama seperti noun pada umumnya. Gitu. Okay. So far, do you have any question? I hope that it is quite clear. However, if you need a further explanation, please let me know in the group chat. Okay, thank you everyone.